everyone, I wanted to quickly go through Preview 8B with you guys so that way when you do go through the lesson you have a bit of a background on how to calculate this slope. So preparing for the next class, in the next class you need to be able to find the slope of a line between 2 points, write the equation of a line between 2 points, and determine whether two quantities are proportional. So our first question says, given the points 3, 18, and 5, 26, calculate the slope of the line. So remember we worked with this equation of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, it doesn't matter which point we choose to pick our x1, y1, x2, y2. I typically just go in order, so I'm going to have our y2, x2 be our second point over here, and our 1s be over here. So let's make sure we label those so that way when we're plugging them into the equation, this will be x1 and y1, x2, and y2. Again, that little subscript over here just says that these 2 points, the 5 and the 26, go together. This is our second x value and our second y value. So part A, let's go ahead and substitute in. It's y2 minus y1, so that'll be that 26 minus the 18. And that'll be over 5 minus 3. We'll go ahead and say that 26 minus 18 is going to give us 8. 5 minus 3 gives us 2. When we reduce this, we get 4. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and write this 4 in a different color. Let's go with purple. So this next piece, this is a little algebraic heavy. It wants us to find the equation of the line that contains these points above. So the first place that we always need to start is going to be with that slope-intercept form. So we're going to be looking for an equation in the form of y equals mx plus b. So remember, we actually already know our m, because m is the movement of the line, and that we found in part A to be 4. So if we move down, we can say that instead of y equals mx plus b, we could say y equals 4x plus b. Now we're still missing our y-intercept, that b value. So the next step in this process is going to be to pick one of the points above, and we're going to substitute that in for x and y. I'm going to go ahead and use the green point of 3, 18, so an x value of 3, and a y value of 18. If we were to use the blue value, we will still get the same y-intercept because these are all on the same line. So substituting in, we can say then instead of y, we're going to say 18. Again, we're pulling that from up here. Equals 4. Now this is 4 times x. Now instead of x, we're going to pull a 3. So it's really going to be 4 times 3 plus b. Let's clean this up a little bit. So nothing to clean up on the left side. 18 equals 4 times 3 is 12 plus b here. Now, I don't want to know what 12 plus b equals. I just want to know what b by itself is. Since this is a positive 12, in order to get it to go to the other side of the equal sign, I'm going to drop a line right down the equal sign. I want this to go to 0. How to get a positive 12 to go to 0 is subtract 12. But since these are equal, what I do to the right side, I must also do to the left side. We're just going to cross out these 12s because those will go away. 18 minus 12 will give us 6. We can draw our equal sign down the line again, and we'll drop down the b. So now we see our y-intercept, our b value is 6. So the last step, we're going to take this equation and we're going to finish it. Pull it down here, and we can now say that y equals 4x. This is a positive 6, so I'm going to write plus 6. So start with your slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Plug in what you know. If you have your slope already, we're going to plug that in. They'll give you a point or 2 points. It doesn't matter which one you use. You'll solve for your y-intercept, and then we'll circle back around to finish out the equation. I want you guys to pause the video. Give this one a try. Give number 2 a try. It's very similar to what we just did. When you're ready to check your answer, you can go ahead and play the video, and I'll review the solution with you. Hopefully you guys took a minute to pause the video. So our part A, finding the slope, again going to use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to fill in part A in case you forgot this equation and need to revisit. So when I return, you guys will see the answer to part A appear on your screen. So we should have gotten a -5 for our slope. Next part, find the equation of the line. Again, start with y equals mx plus b. We know our m is -5. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick this first point, the 1,56. So if you're still working on this piece, please pause the video, and when I return, I'll show you guys the solution. Alrighty, so your final answer for part B should be y equals -5x plus 61. Be very careful here. We had a -5, so in order to get that to cancel out to 0, we actually added 5 to both sides. Our last question of this preview assignment. It reads, recall a set of values are proportional if the ratio of y to x is the same for every pair. So what that means is the ratio of y to x, we can think of that as the fraction of y over x. You'll notice in the tables, those are actually flipped and they have the x value on the top and the y on the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, well, is 15 over 3 equal to 20 over 4? is that equal to 55 over 11? Well, 15 over 3 is 5. 20 over 4 is 5. And 55 over 11 is 5. Therefore, this is proportional. Go ahead and give part B a try. When you're ready, unpause the video to check your answer. Alrighty, so hopefully you took a minute to write out these fractions. And we see though the last two fractions both equal 9, our first ratio here does not, so therefore this is not proportional. So that was your quick overview of Preview Assignment 8B. In your lesson, you're going to see a lot more of these algebraic steps. They're going to write some of them out for you. And then when I see you guys next time we meet, we will do some more review. So I hope you guys all have a great spring break, and I look forward to seeing you guys when we return.